Welcome to the Emperor Snowman. In tonight's video, we're going to be discussing sex within the Star Wars saga, and we're going to be talking to Ellie and getting her point on it. So, let's begin. So my question is, did Leia and Luke have sex?
In the Star Wars movies, there is no indication or suggestion that Leia and Luke engaged in a romantic or sexual relationship. They are depicted as siblings who share a deep bond rooted in their familial connection as the children of Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, and Padme Amidala. Their relationship is characterized by love, loyalty, and mutual support, but it is purely platonic and familial in nature.
Are you sure about that? Because in the 70s, when a couple kissed, it could be construed as them having sex.
While kissing scenes in movies from the 70s may have been interpreted differently than they are today, it's important to consider the context of the Star Wars films and the intent of the filmmakers. In the original trilogy, Luke and Leia's relationship is clearly portrayed as that of siblings, and any romantic or sexual undertones between them are absent from the storyline. Additionally, in Star Wars Episode VI, Return of the Jedi, it is revealed that Leia is Luke's sister, further cementing their familial bond. Therefore, there is no indication within the canonical Star Wars movies that Luke and Leia engaged in a sexual relationship.
All right, with that said, let's move on. Is there any way that Padme used the Force to get pregnant from Anakin?
In the Star Wars canon, there is no suggestion or indication that Padme used the Force to become pregnant from Anakin Skywalker. The conception of their children, Luke and Leia, is portrayed as a natural event within the storyline. While the circumstances surrounding their birth are mysterious, it's attributed to conventional biological means rather than the intervention of the Force.
Okay, with that said, how did Anakin become a human being?
Anakin Skywalker's origins are shrouded in mystery within the Star Wars universe. According to the canonical storyline presented in the prequel trilogy, Anakin was born on the desert planet of Tatooine to Shmi Skywalker, who was a slave. There is no specific explanation given for Anakin's conception in the films, but Shmi claims that there was no father and that Anakin was conceived by the will of the Force. This mysterious aspect of Anakin's birth has led to speculation and interpretation among fans, with some believing that Anakin was conceived through a manipulation of the Force itself. However, the exact nature of Anakin's conception remains open to interpretation within the Star Wars mythology.
Good point. With that said, let's talk about Darth Vader. Let's talk about how he killed Padme's handmaiden when she fell in love with him. Can you give me that story?
In the Star Wars Darth Vader comic series published by Marvel Comics, there is a storyline involving Darth Vader and Padme's handmaiden, Sabe. After Padme's death, Sabe becomes a nurse and is assigned to care for Anakin Skywalker, who has now become Darth Vader. Throughout the comics, Sabe harbors romantic feelings for Vader, believing that the good man she once knew still exists within him. She hopes to redeem him and bring him back to the light side of the Force. However, Vader remains focused on his Sith ambitions and is not swayed by Sabe's affections. In a tragic turn of events, Sabe's loyalty and love for Vader ultimately lead to her demise. Vader views her as a potential threat to his power and reputation, so he orders her execution to prevent her from revealing his vulnerabilities or secrets. Sabe's story serves as a poignant exploration of the complexities of love, loyalty, and redemption in the Star Wars universe. And it highlights the tragic consequences of falling for someone consumed by the dark side of the Force.
I know you're going to say he was not, but let's go over it one more time. Did Obi-Wan Kenobi have sex with Ventress?
In the Star Wars canon, there is no indication or suggestion that Obi-Wan Kenobi had a romantic or sexual relationship with Asajj Ventress. Obi-Wan is portrayed as a dedicated Jedi Knight who adheres to the Jedi Code, which prohibits attachment and romantic entanglements. While Ventress is a complex character who has interactions with various individuals throughout the Star Wars universe, there is no canonical evidence to support the idea of a romantic relationship between her and Obi-Wan. Their interactions primarily revolve around their roles as adversaries within the context of the Clone Wars conflict.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment sections, and we'll see you next time.